Alright, today I'm going to show you how to replace the blade engagement cable. If you happen to leave your machine outside, or maybe it's just pretty old, your cable might get a little rusty and it could snap. So that's what happened to me, and I had to replace mine. So this should be close to the same process for most of their personal paces, but probably not exactly the same. It's probably not going to be as easy as this Toro TimeMaster 30, but I'm going to show it to you on my Toro TimeMaster 30. And so to replace it, basically the cable attaches right here, and this is your blade engagement lever. It goes into here. This little mechanism piece right here is just actually presses into here, so you'll have to pry that out. And then your cable runs down here, so you're gonna have to take off all this wire loom here, which is not a big deal, just a couple of zip ties, and then this little retention piece which opens up and pops right off. So not a big deal. You're gonna take all that off, and the cable you want is this one right here. It runs around the back of the engine, comes down here, and runs under this plate here, and then it attaches down in here. See if I can get you a good shot. Down in here, and then it attaches to a piece under there. I can't get it too well with the lighting. Even if I stick a flashlight under there, you won't be able to tell, but there's a little plate back here that this attaches to. So you're going to unhook it from there. After you unbolt this piece, this whole wire will be loose and you'll have more play to be able to get it off. So I've already replaced this, but I'm showing you how I did it because it was a little confusing when I first did it, because this little piece here, when I went to go put it back on, I was like, what does this kind of do? So this piece down here adjusts a little bit of tension as well. So if you want to adjust the tension at the top, you can, but initially you're gonna have to do a little something down here to get it right. So what I would do is either take a picture or mark your old cable down here before you loosen this up, and before you take this off, I would make a mark here to kind of show you as a guide where this was. And that way, you know, when you take off this whole assembly up here, you kind of know where it is, because you don't want it to be too tight and you don't want it to be too loose, because if this is too loose, the blades won't engage right. So you'll replace your cable and route it the same way as the old one, and then again, use your judgment on this piece here. This is how I have this adjusted, so you can kind of take this into consideration when doing yours. So you'll tighten that back down. You'll come back over here. You will put all your wires back together and go ahead and put your loom back on for protection. And then, like I said, you're gonna have to come up here, and this little piece here is basically just press fitted, this little piece here. So you'll get some, you know, a flathead screwdriver or a pair of pliers. Be delicate with it, but you'll wiggle it off and this piece will come off. And then, like I said, this piece here is pressed into here, so you'll just have to take a pair of pliers or a flathead screwdriver and kind of wiggle this piece out. And it runs through here, so you're gonna have to take this whole assembly off before you can get this piece out. So not super difficult, but again, this is the start-stop switch and your personal pace drive and your blade engagement cable. So all this comes off at once. So if you loosen this, you're gonna have to adjust the tension on this, and again, you're gonna have to adjust your tension on the personal pace one back to where it was. But that's how you get it off, and that's how you reinstall the new cable, and then you will put your cover back on, and you should be good to go. Any adjustments you need to make will be made down here at this gold piece. And you know, start it up and test out the blades and just make sure they're fully engaged. You know, you should be able to hear it if it doesn't sound like they're spinning all the way. You know, you come down here and you'll adjust it to get it right, because what happens is if this is over tight, even though it's not engaged up there, the blades might actually be spinning a little bit. So there's kind of a happy medium that you kind of have to achieve there in order to make sure that everything is squared away. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. If you liked the video, if it helped you, give it a like and consider subscribing. And I'll have more videos on this Toro TimeMaster, so stay tuned for those if you are in need of something repaired or modified on your Toro TimeMaster. Thanks.